For Jalen Hurts, I got to be careful here because every time I criticize him, all of a sudden I just fall off on him.
Let's have this conversation because I've been waiting for this.
Okay, good. I think we want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
This game was
sucks. Oh wait.
Okay. This game was the issues I've been saying about Jalen Hurts all year long. When I say, "Oh, you fell off. How do you take Jaden Daniels?" This was the epitome of all the issues. It's taking too many sacks. It's not reading the field quick enough. It's taking sacks in bad positions, like getting out of field goal range and taking safeties. Like Jalen Hurts is still a really talented quarterback. He could still throw with accuracy. He could still go out of the pocket and make plays happen. But the amount of sacks he takes when he has plenty of time in the pocket, that's what's mind-boggling. I feel like he didn't have too many issues leaving the pocket too early today.
Was that like that today, Joel?
I was cool with, but he took 7 sacks. 7 sacks, and a majority of them, he had time in the pocket.
4 or 5 were his
especially
fault.
That safety, too.
That safety, he had time?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the drive right after he fucked up his leg, too.
Oh, wait. The safety was 100% terrible. There was a player right in front of him.
So the minute that he looks at the check down, too, he's being met with a body.
Throw it up.
The body wasn't directly in front of him. It was in the process of coming towards him, but there was enough time for him to just dump it off or just throw it to the ground and dirt it. That safety was unexcusable. Like, no, that was
the
terrible.
Drive right after he fucked up his leg.
I don't think
so.
But
like,
no, it was literally the drive.
It was the drive, but that's not an excuse for not throwing the ball. Like he has to throw the ball
away.
Like, should his first read have been the check down there?
Maybe. You're backed up in your end zone.
Well,
you gotta get the ball out.
as soon as you have a rusher come into your face, all your reads go out the window. You got to get the ball away.
I'm with you, but the minute he looks at the check down, he's being met by a defender.
No, he was the check down was wide open.
I was watching the play. The defender was
he had at
right
least
there.
3 seconds.
We could bring up the screenshot right now. I mean, he had time. We'll run the play. Dude,
are we gonna get copyrighted for this?
No, I don't think so. This honestly, dude, this is like an inexcusable safety.
I don't know.
I'm getting it right now.
Use a safety, bro.
Again, this was the drive right after he fucks up his leg.
Why didn't he throw it out of bounds?
Because you're in the pocket, then it's intentional grounding, Riv. That's just not how shit works.
So then why don't you throw it around the check down?
Okay, do you guys see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna put it full screen for you guys. Okay.
Look how much time he has, bro.
It does not get better than that.
Like, are you serious?
It's 2nd and 6. Yeah, you got to hit either. Was that Goddard over the middle of the
no,
field?
Like that ass. Look, bro. Look at it.
You're acting like the defender was.
That's on his left side. Yo, bro, come on.
The minute he goes to throw him the ball, the 92's running free.
You got to get it out, man.
Look at this, though. He's wide open already.
It's open, dude.
The minute he goes and sees him, 92 is running free.
No, this is inexcusable. He's wide open. He has to get the ball out. You can't take a sack and get a safety.
He has to take 3 more steps till he gets to Hurts.
Yeah, like, come on. Like,
that's not how football, bro. He's fast as fuck. He's coming untouched. Jurgens does nothing,
bro. Jalen Hurts had enough time to tap the ball. He literally tapped the ball. Look, he tapped the ball,
and he's about to throw it, and the defender's on him.
Yeah, you have to be quicker. That's his knock. That he's a slow decision.
Right after he fucks his leg up.
No, you're nuts.
What the hell does the leg?
I don't have.
You act like you're trying to get Hurts to
just dirt it.
You're acting like, yes, just dirty. It's better than a safety.
Because then he throws it. Let's say it gets tipped in the air. Now it's a pick. Now
there was nobody around Goddard. There was nobody in the vicinity.
I understand that, but we've seen plays where quarterbacks try to throw it away, and now it's a pick 6 instead of just a regular ass, either a safety or a sack.
No, in that situation, that should not happen. Goddard is wide open. There's no defender. The Rams are playing soft coverage. There was nobody near him. Jalen Hurts had enough time to pat the ball and then go like this and then went down. Like, he had so much time to avoid that negative play. That was a terrible safety to take in that situation. It was terrible. It was terrible.
I'm laughing at the comment saying that Drew rhymes with poo.
No, because if the Rams actually go down and score on that drive and Jalen Carter doesn't force the fumble on Kyron, that might have potentially changed the outcome of the game. You know, their defense played amazing and negated a lot of the issues that the offense had.
I get upset. I really do get upset because I feel like when the conversation arrives with Jalen Hurts, it's always a lot about him winning and the plays he makes. He's very clutch. Let me not say he has moments where in the fourth quarter, he's a dude. But then there's, for example, this game where there's a lot of the times where he has the ball and he's getting sacked out of field goal range, which he did that multiple times because he was holding the ball on too long. Sometimes he bails out the pocket a little too fast. He gets happy feet. He wants to run. That can leave him to stop because sometimes he does this thing where if he has the ball, he gets happy feet. He's ready to run. He stops looking at the field. Like at that point, he's looking to see who's about to tackle him, who's around. He doesn't look to see if anybody's still open. He cannot do two things at once. And he's very slow at processing some reads at time. So it's like, and he's very talented, but if he's the thing that holds us back from winning a title this year, from winning the NBA championship this year, I don't see a world where they don't start thinking about a future without him. Because then you're sitting there like, this is probably the best team we've had in 3 years on both sides from a talent perspective. From the numbers, this is the best defense in the world. You're going to the Super Bowl. You have AJ, you have Smitty, you've made all these upgrades. You have to win this year. Or at least if you don't win, not have a 2022 performance, because that's not many people could replicate that, but have a great performance and it don't be your fault. And it hasn't been his fault. He hasn't been the reason we've been winning games. It's been a few and maybe a little to none where we've had moments where we could walk out of a game and say Jalen Hurts is the reason we won this game first. It's been
God. Honestly, I really want the Eagles to win a Super Bowl just so that shit really doesn't even matter. Like, who
Joe
cares?
Flacco won a Super Bowl. Doesn't mean he's a great quarterback.
And I'm not saying that this means anything about Jalen Hurts. It's really just your team's OD. Sometimes he doesn't need to do too much. Jackson said it before. Sometimes it only takes 130 yards to win a football game.
Oh, he was costing us the game today.
No, he was not.
Like
How about
Josh did
AJ
that
Brown
too.
dropping that ball?
AJ was also
like Josh
costing us
didn't
the
take
game.
7 sacks today. He didn't go out and win the game, but he also didn't lose them the
Like
game.
3 of those sacks also
could've.
came post him getting injured.
No, he took sacks before the injury too.
No, I understand that, but like I said, 3 of those sacks also came post getting injured.
So
And I
4
also think
before he
that
got
one
hurt.
on second down where they run a play action boot, that play call was
That was a bad
mind-numbingly
play call.
bad.
I'm with you.
Sure.
I think this is the thing about Jalen Hurts is that I feel like what's going on with the Eagles is kind of weird because when you have this much talent on your team, an offensive line that gives you a ton of time to get the ball out, you have great receivers, the output of the offense should be better. Like this should be a top 3 passing offense. Like Brock Purdy had the most efficient quarterback season in history because of the weapons around him. But the play caller was a big factor in that. I think Kellen Moore's play calling is very stupid. And it was on full display with the play that gave the Rams the ball back, basically when he's rolling out to pass with Jalen Hurts on second down. Jalen Hurts takes a sack there, and he took that sack because he doesn't want to throw the ball away and then stop the clock. So he kind of had to take that sack. So Kellen Moore has a lot to do with it. But at the same time, like I can understand both arguments. You know, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do much because of the team around him. And maybe that comes into play with him not throwing with anticipation, with him holding the ball too much because he's like, I just don't want to make a mistake. But then you have to start being honest about Jalen Hurts. Is he a quarterback that is an uplifter? Is he a great quarterback? Or is he a quarterback that you just want not to mess up the game? And right now, that's where Jalen Hurts lies. He's a game manager quarterback. You just don't want him to mess up the game. Now, we have to see him in more situations to see if he can be that uplifter. But so far, you know, this year, the Eagles have been so stacked. And when you are amongst so many stars, it's easy to shine yourself too. But with this Eagles team, they have so many stars. Any blemish that they have, we're going to call out because it's the only reason they can possibly lose. And right now, the way I see it, the only reason the Eagles can possibly lose is if Jalen Hurts does not play well. And that possibility is more likely than any other currently on their team.
John, what did you think of Jalen Hurts? Because we have Riv's the Eagles fan. Of course, I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy. Drew's a big Jalen Hurts guy. Joel's had some interesting history with Jalen Hurts, but I feel like you're pretty, non-biased here.
Really? You think that? I feel like I've been labeled a Jalen Hurts hater in the past, but I would say 2 things. On one side, I do believe his pocket presence, taking 7 sacks with this offensive line, that's something you just can't really defend. Now, at the same exact time, it wasn't just him as to why the passing game wasn't on par. Part of it could be the weather, part of it could be the drops, but he just hasn't found his rhythm necessarily, coming back, missing 2 weeks, 3 weeks roughly. So I do believe he's still finding that kind of rhythm as the playoffs go on, and that's the benefit of having this luxury of a team around him. But obviously today was enough to win, but he can't continue to have that same pocket presence. I think he does have to get the ball a little bit sooner in this process and trust the offense. I don't think Kellen Moore is a great offensive mind. But yeah, I think really what it comes down to is him taking those negative plays, which really aren't interceptions as much as it is this kind of setting yourself back in a second and long because you're not getting the ball out quickly. But
yeah, I will say, I don't think this game was like a terrible Jalen Hurts game. I think he had some pretty bad moments, but for the most part, I don't think like he was bad in this game. I thought he was all right.
7 out of 10.
Yeah,
I
I need
thought it was
AJ Brown to catch that ball, and then we're fucking sucking him off.
I'll give him a 5.
5, like, bro.
6.
I think 6 is like probably the lowest you could go.
I mean,
So-
outside of the rushing touchdown, which was
But I
lit,
don't know if you go higher than 7. I'll be
it was
honest.
lit. But like outside of the rushing touchdown, I can't say he did anything wowzer.